早上一来，我们就看到它这个特别漂亮的绿色，我们要充分的利用它这一点。
Now, so as you can see, obviously we've done already 3 main sections out of the whole thing.
可以看到我们基本上呢已经做到了3个区域的分区。
So basically, from the ear over here, I have one neckline. I've taken out a small area from the side only. Oh yeah, better.
看一下，就是
Yeah, so basically from ear to ear, and then from the back down to the opposite side, but I take out opposite sides and leave out to the big areas.
耳到耳分区，然后后边呢斜向的分区，然后在耳后呢每一块分出来小块啊。
And the same obviously happens then through my front area, where I do leave out a bigger piece into here. That's going to be a little bit more of that texture application all the way along.
这个侧面呢，我们留出一小块来就是那个要做一些表面的纹理。
Now, so obviously when you do any kind of long hair, a big portion of long hair designing is about preparation, as we know.
我们都知道哈，如果你想做非常好的这种长发的设计，确实是需要做很多的这个提前做准备的。
And preparing hair, considering what Rose did, you do need to have a very nice, blow-dry, sleek, shiny surface. You can really mold and manipulate the hair. Here, I do need to have a very strong contrast between very stiff and shiny and very matte. So I'm actually going to work with a lot of these powders in the hair to actually give a lot of dusty.
我的那一款呢，因为是属于类似比赛款的哈，所以特别要把头发吹光吹亮，然后才能得到那个特别漂亮的这个比较平滑的纹理。而它的这一款呢，反而是说马尾的根部头皮的部分要特别干净整洁，而上面的呢头发呢是需要哑光的。 所以一会儿呢，也要用一些蓬松粉来制造这种哑光的粗糙的效果。
Now, I'm going to spend a little time prior to doing this because, as I said, I want to do settings. All of these pieces that I've done actually crimping and placing into foils because we want the really strong contrasting types of textures in this whole design.
接下来我们在模特的头发上也需要做些准备，因为刚才老师已经在下边做了一些准备，把头发哈一些发片呢进行了这个之字形的这个夹板夹。
So when doing this kind of stuff, same as I did with the hair pieces basically, is to take a piece of foil, making sure that I do spray this nice and evenly, that it doesn't fall around inside the foil.
然后在上这个锡纸之前呢，把发片先弄平了，打了胶，这样的话再用锡纸包裹以后啊，它里边头发不会乱掉。
Making sure that it's folded in from both parties actually.
从两侧哈都折叠。
That nice and neat all the way. Now I can take actually one of these clips.
先用夹子，把根部夹住。
Just to make sure that I hold on to that base a little.
要在根部好好的夹好。
Yeah. Now what we're going to do with this, obviously, is to work with a tail comb.
然后用这个尖尾梳的针，然后再用这个夹板。
And more or less really folding in and pinning in all of these pieces.
就是一片一片的把它夹好。
Now there's obviously endless amount of varieties to do this. Now as you can see, now I'm only going to do one end of it. The underneath here is going to be curved. The top one is going to be more.
这样做出来的话呢，底下是一个弧度，而上面是一个折。
So it depends a little bit on what type of design you want. If you want to zigzag it, go back and forth, all of these different
如果
scenarios.
你想要的是之字形的呢，那你就把这个锡纸折叠这样的做出来之字形的纹理。如果是想要这样的效果呢，它是一个弧度一个褶，一个弧度一个褶。
I do want to make sure that I use that little clip. I want to make sure that I get all of this now in, fold them back up again.
然后回来把它折回来。
And that's why you were concerned to actually have it sprayed inside before you actually did this.
你在放锡纸之前，一定让头发先用胶打了一遍。
And I want to make sure that I do get this all done prior. So while I'm actually having this to cool off, I can do all my other parts of designs at the same time.
然后呢，我们先把这个做好，让它冷却，然后接下来我们再做其他的。
Now you can take bigger or smaller pieces, up to you, depends a little bit.
那根据你想要的哈，然后可以用这个分大一点或者是小一点，都由你来决定。
But it's a quick way to actually get fun stuff done. And as you can see, either I leave pieces out of the ponytail or you add little pieces of this into the hair.
那一会儿呢，就其他的马尾上面，你要么呢就在马尾上也做这种，要么呢你就直接把发片准备好了，直接放到模特的头发上就好，要节省很多时间。
Just making sure you get that halfway fold.
啊，两边两折都那个折好。
Over. Now, obviously, getting that little clip in, so we're going to do that for a few of these pieces. This was a little bit bigger piece because she has a little bit thinner hair in the front, so I needed to do two parts. But the rest of them, I can just do one. Okay.
这一块呢，我们需要2片，其他的可能1片就可以了。
All right, so sleek it out first, and then we're going to go back.
先把它压平，然后回来折。
Now, if you want this obviously even stronger, go back then. Obviously, if you do one side, then you flip them over and you actually flat iron the underneath piece as well.
这个你也可以，如果两边都折的话，你先折一面，然后返回来在另外一边再折，它都会更强烈一点。就你们会问为什么不先把它折起来之后再加热呢？那样的话呢，因为里边很厚，它有时候热不透，里边呢会不折，外边呢会过热了这样子。所以如果你这样折的话，它里边保证每一个之字形啊都很匀。
And what's really fun with this kind of stuff is same as what Rose did for competition look, is to keep a very structured feeling, a very neat design underneath, and then you actually surround it with something very soft and flexible.
就是跟我的那一款是同样的理念。那个要有一些实的东西在，比如说实的包、实的波纹，做起来干净整洁。然后你必须要制作一些丝拉呀，就那个空空灵灵的，然后柔柔美美的，周围啊再给它打迷蒙。所以这样的话，实虚相结合，才能做出来非常美的感觉。这个道理同样是这个，只不过是不同的这种丝拉的效果。
So I have one little piece more on this side, and then one little piece on the opposite side as well, and that's it.
然后这个做好了，然后还有在另外一侧也有2片就可以了。
Lovely tilt your head down a little bit. Really make sure that this stays flat.
然后平平的把它压好。
So otherwise, you're just going to end up with a soft wave in the hair. You really want to have texture that expands.
要不然呢，不想要那种小波儿，一个小波儿一个小波儿的效果，而是想要那个特别爆炸的效果。
Now, so I want to do a little bit, so when you do pour them out, you just want to make sure that you bring them out. How long is the hair, actually? And go through.
要足够长的锡纸。
And then you ask someone, meaning my multi-talented friend over here, because there's certain things you can do with nails and there's certain things you cannot.
有那个尤金老师的指甲长啊，他是在做造型的时候，头发造型的时候特别方便。你的手指啊，就是你的指甲就是你的工具。但是有时候
and putting on gloves, it just everything's
对，
destroyed.
但是有时候啊，就是哪怕抠开一瓶可乐罐都需要帮忙，抠不开。对。
So trust me, there are benefits and there are issues.
所以哈，有好处的地方，还有都有2面性，还有不好的地方。
So giving this also a little nice touch of spray there.
啊，多一点点胶。对，把它先成型，发片先成型。
And this one over again a little bit. Getting a little foil to cover just that little portion. So now I have a little bit more hair into this one, so I do have to spend a little bit more time.
对，这个头发里，这个片儿里面头发比较多，所以需要一点点的时间哈，然后一片一片的夹好。 因为它厚啊，然后在加热的时候需要时间相对来讲稍长一
You
点。
have to test a little bit because obviously I'm going to use this to create fairly soft, dusty designs afterwards. So I need spray to contain the structure of it, but if you use too much, it's just going to crinkle up and it's not going to really dust
一
up.
会儿啊，我们想要创造的纹理啊，就是那种粗糙的、毛毛的，就是比较狂野一点的造型，一点那个纹理。所以说你这个。 锡纸里边这个片儿哈，你要上一点胶来让它帮助它定型，但是呢也不用太多，如果太多的话呢，会出来感觉脏乎乎的，太脏了。
And it's like a little bit, yes, this may not be as fun to watch doing this, but the point is, the better you prepare, the more you have yourself organized along the way, then you can spend all the time that you want just designing.
因为这个你如果是需要把这时间把它需要做准备都做得好了，接下来呢你就比较简单了，然后你就可以在设计上，在最后你出的造型上来多下点功夫。 对，大家后边看不着的就自动的往前走一点啊。
Fold this one up as well.
还是把这个折上来。
We're going to do one more on the opposite side.
在另外一侧我们再做一片。
By the way, make sure you don't burn yourself because these gets pretty hot.
这个夹完了以后它特别烫哈，就是小心点，别看到你自己。
But as we say in hairdressing, no pain, no gain.
因为我们那个发型师有句话哈，就是没有付出就没有收获，所以你不觉得疼你就漂亮不了。
So 没有痛没有 gain.
就是没有疼就收获不了。对，另外一侧再夹一片。
We're going to turn this one, and we're going to do one little package on this side as well.
从另外一侧也再做一片。
So you see, keeping these in, as you see, on every corner that becomes the bigger area is where I basically keep this piece out. So I can cover the base and all the little points and leading up to whatever.
就是每一个的区域的这个地方，它有一个分批线，它就有一片。这样的话，当你做完这些上面的造型的时候，这个片可以拉上去做修饰。
Just make sure that you flatten out the foil a little bit, otherwise the hair is going to move.
对你上夹板之前呢，先把锡纸给它折好，这样要不然它头发在里边跑来跑去的就不好了。
I think we all realize that lunches for normal people, hairdressers don't eat lunch.
我们都知道哈，那个就是这个发型师啊，我们做头发的没有正常的点吃午饭，对不对？
Right?
对吧？
We don't.
对。
So now we have a couple of nice packages involved in all of this.
好，那基本上我们做到了几个这个小包裹啊，小包包。
So now, once I have all of this done, we're going to start to build all of our little pieces around all of this.
好，那完了以后呢，我们就开始在这马尾做。
So this is going to be the actual structure of the design.
这个是我们的总结构，就是大的结构和轮廓在这里边出，而这些刚才锡纸包裹的是我们的点缀。
Now, she got fairly glassy hair, and we need to actually build up a lot of stamina into this. I'm actually going to use a lot of this.
我们那个来用一些这个蓬蓬粉。
And it's a little bit of that texture powder that makes it a little bit dusty, but it also gives phenomenal resistance, obviously, when doing backcombing and to give something that needs to have a support system in it.
在做这个倒梳的时候啊，因为这个蓬蓬粉呢，可以帮助你呢来这个就比较容易的做。倒梳就是你们说的蜜瓜。
之前那个是什么粉？
蓬蓬粉，也叫蓬蓬粉。 咱们这边叫蓬蓬粉。 对，然后国外就叫做就是制造发量的粉，它喷上以后很容易头发打起来。
So this or even dry shampoo spray, anything that builds up a lot of product resistance when backcombing in something like this is what I'm really looking for.
其实就是如果大家没有这个，就是在头发上边粗粗的打一遍发胶，等它干，也是同样的效果，就是刺色的感觉。
So in the contrast a little bit compared to competition, where it's like you look now for a more shiny inside and dusty outside, so you get a double reflection more or less.
就是像那个在做这一类的造型或者是比赛造型之前，都是需要特别实的、干干净净的和比较虚虚的这种纹理呢做对比的这种变化。
So it's like, as you can see, both parties, whether you're actually doing funky stuff or very beautiful stuff, you do need to have a sincere amount of preparation to get proper results in any direction.
对，这个要想做的发型本身啊，非常美，确实需要把头发做很多的准备，提前准备工作。
All right, so good.
好的。
All right, so we're going to work ridiculously simple because it's the
要特别这个接下来我们做的特别的简单。
So this one is what I need. So I'm going to tilt my model's head down a little bit more, and we're going to actually split this little ponytail into two parts.
分两半。
So I'm going to turn this around a little bit like this.
转过来。
Now, so basically what I'm going to do is ridiculously simple. We're going to work with loops.
我们接下来要做的就是要环圈，就是卷筒啊，我们也常说叫卷筒这样的一个技巧，特别简单。
But loops, as we actually place them in to make them interesting, is how we form them once it's done with the backcombing, right?
这个倒梳完了以后呢，就是这个环圈呐，它也会出非常好的效果，关键是看你怎么来固定它。
Now, when Rose was doing backcombing, she was really pushing the surface to build up her stamina. Here I need to have a little bit more distinction, so I'm actually pushing in, but actually pushing that I count money.
这个倒梳啊，刚才我倒的时候呢，是为了产生发量，所以我要倒的像棉花糖一样的越大越好。而这个呢，老师需要一定的力量，所以这个倒梳不可以太粗，要像那个数钱一样，就是钱，你数钱一样的倒。
I get a really nice even cushion all the way through this inside.
整个这个发片哈，就倒的那个像一个垫子一样，但是比较均匀的。
And in many cases now, what I'm really looking for at this particular point is that I get my backcombing down always to the end. Because if I'm going to do a loop, placing in, if we don't backcomb the ends, when we do pin them in, they're going to fall out.
这个整个发片从根到尾全部倒好啊，因为那个你的尾巴如果不倒的话，等你固定的时候，它有时候会松掉。
So what I'm interested in this scenario is, as I said, completely opposite from Rose, where she had very clean surfaces. I want fairly matte surfaces. So I'm not going to over clean and over style them.
我们两个人的风格不太一样，所以我这个呢就需要非常干净，需要干净平整。而老师这个呢，它就需要一个就是粗糙，所以不要过度的把这个表面打得很干净。
A very interesting process. I'm just going to roll them in. I'm going to place them and start to stretch them out.
把它拉出来，拉个像一个小角一样。
That I get weird and interesting shapes out of these portions.
就是这个形状看起来好怪异。
And considering where they're being placed in later, is also you're going to get, like if you look at this in the neck, I'm going to turn around a little bit, is that you're going to get like those.
对，要做出来像一个翘翘的尾巴，恐龙尾巴、小尾巴一样。
To really coil them, that you actually get those weird formations.
因为卷完了以后再拉出来之后，它有点像牛角啊，小牛角尖儿一样啊，把它站出来。
So the point is that keeping this, I could have done 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5 of these different ones, but I'm actually just going to do 2 on each one.
其实你可以做3个、4个都可以。那么在老师呢做，差不多2个来做。
Because if I'm going to add a lot of texture into this, that texture is going to have a predominance as well. So I want to mix them up a little bit that they don't steal from each other.
接下来哈，你这下面的这个纹理啊，也要给它创造很大的发量的。所以先这个里边呢，这个它也会成为一个焦点，这个纹理也成为一个焦点。所以这个里边这个不要太大，过度多了。
And then that little cushion at the end there.
一直从发根倒梳到发尾。
You'll see in a minute why I'm actually so pushed about not making it too clean.
我们现在就是不想弄得太干净，因为很快大家会知道，就是
It's about catching atmospheres of.
关键是在这款造型啊，是创造这个氛围主题，来突出主题，所以不需要做的很干净。
I'm going to take this little thing.
还是把它卷起来。
And we're going to place this one down the opposite, so you're actually going to.
反向的，跟刚才那个牛角反向，就有点像交叉的这样子的。
You're going to get those weird little formations happening. There we go. Moving in complete different directions.
2个方向完全相反。
Just because it's fun.
因为就是觉得很有意思哈，就这么做。
So now we start to build, as you can see, a little bit pieces going up and down in different directions.
不同的方向啊，上上下下的，就开始。
And the bubble actually coiling around each other. That's why I want to do one going up and one going down, so they can actually kind of sort of spin around each other.
而且这2个开始扭曲一点，就是一个向下，一个向上，互相一扭。
That you get that rotation happening throughout the
就
whole.
这2个形状互相扭上。
We're going to do the same thing happening through the top area.
上面也是同样。
You know why?
知道为什么吗？
Just because I
挫感。
就是因为喜欢这么做。对。
True story, no?
是吧？真的。
So same here, really pushing this one in. So this one's going to really go.
好，也是在里边倒梳。
There's a nice little formation out of this. And then a nice little back homing that we get these ends really pushed in a little bit.
把这个根部啊，尾巴一定也要倒好，因为到时候一会儿你在卷完了之后固定的时候，它如果是松的话，它就很难固定，它会跑出来。
You see, basically, I'm only interested in that turn because that's the only thing that actually.
其实最重要的呀，就是这个根部这个形状，其他的没有什么，其他的就把它到毛了以后把它卷进去了。 是不是太安静了？得制造出点声音来，要不太不习惯了。对，他们是不是老这样啊？总是这么干净吗？不对了呀，应该叽叽喳喳的才对。
Absolutely not. Okay, we're going to fold this little puppy in as well.
还是把这个卷过去，然后固定立起来，像个牛角一样，锥状的角开始变形。
And really working, as I said, with odd shapings.
就是这里边呢，技术本身是很简单的，但是呢，就是要找这种怪异的形状。不光是每一个这个角它要怪异， 并且它们组合起来以后，这几个区域组合起来也比较怪异。
So you see, before I completely secure them, I do play with where do I want my balance.
在全部固定之前，先要想想心里面这个形，照这个形往哪放，才整个这个形哈看起来够表达你自己的一个创意。
Something so simple can look so weird.
就是技巧上哈是特别简单，但是你做完了之后的效果呀，可以看起来特别邪门。对，就是很怪异，但是很美的怪异哦，不是那种看起来那个是吧？很美的怪异。
Okay, so you see all of this. I mean, all of these little ends in here, I couldn't care less with because they're not going to show because the base is going to be covered up anyway.
那个根部那一点不用管它，因为它根本看不到。接下来有很多的纹理啊在上面。
Get that in. So what I'm interested is to get these really interesting shapes and forms.
现在最重要的是把这些特别有趣的形状把它建造好。
And you see, I spray them, but I don't secure them to 100% because once I'm actually done with all 3 areas, then I want to go back, balance them out, that I see that I get oddities and stretches in the shapes before I go back with the decoration pieces.
现在呢，哈，就是把它大约这个形状做出来。当3个区的头发全部做好了以后，把形状彻底固定以后，然后再回来做其他的装饰。
Really pushing that back on me.
啊，像数钱一样，开始这个倒数。
Nice done. And of course my little ends there.
啊，尾巴也一样。
So the point is a little bit whether you actually work extremely clean or whether you work messy, you still need to have direction, you still need to have a certain
不管你是
direction to what you do.
就是干净的操作，还是做粗糙的操作，你同样都要记住有比例，还有这个整个发型的这个旋律，还有这个方向感。
And as you can tell, both of us have a fetish for weird shapes. Makes big there and not big whatever here. So
就
yeah,
我们两个虽然是两个风格哈，但都很喜欢做很怪异的形状，就是很普通的形状，感觉就是特别的特别没有什么意思，就是都喜欢这种感觉很有艺术感的这种形状。就不管是优雅型的、古典型的，还是这种特时尚型的。
the big portion of all of this is to take out of what's expected, to do the unexpected.
就是为什么呢？就是想做出大家可能对，比如说对古典、对优雅都有一定的期待，心里成为定式，哦，那就是优雅的，但不想一定要打破这种概念，就是做出不同于般的，也很优雅，但是看起来又很普通的这种优雅。
So now we start to build up, as you can see, a lot of interesting shapes here.
有特别好玩的形状出现哈。
One going down that way. There we go. So you see there's a distinct difference in how we treat the hair also when working with more fashion stuff versus more competition stuff.
就是两种风格呢，大家很快就能看到哈，特别不相同。像这样的呢，就更加是做秀的、舞台化的啊，特时尚的感觉的。我这种呢，就更趋向于比赛类型的。对大家因为之前沟通过，很多老师是希望看到有关于比赛类型的技术上面的，对吧？所以对。我们俩就决定一个人，因为我经常比赛，然后我做比赛型的，老师做时尚型的，这样搭配是不是特别好？
But the whole point is that controlled messiness is equally as interesting as, you know what I'm saying?
这个虽然是这种疯狂哈，但是也需要是控制了的，不是说没有顺序的控制。 也是有一定规律和这个整个发型的韵味在里边。
倩茹老师先，小倩老师先。对。
好诡异啊，真的，好诡异啊，是不是？
And it's like looking at directional shaping. It's like you're still going to get like motions and forms running through the whole thing. That makes it.
对，它里边虽然不同的形，但是它还是有一个 S 型，就从里边的这个大形上去看。
So you're still going to end up with a lot of these very odd and weird motions in there.
对，里边这个还是有这个线和形，整个的这种怪异的这个旋律感。
Now I do leave, as you can see, a big open space into here, but if I don't have this open space, I have nowhere to put all of my soft areas.
这个地方空的地方，就是我们一会儿做下边的纹理填上来的地方。
That makes it really, really, really fun.
那个 star scroll。
Huh?
What is the star?
Something.
有个什么星座是双子座还是金牛座？是不是差不多？对吧？金牛座。
牡羊座。
对，牡羊座，还有牡羊座，我也没听说过。
牡羊。
摩羯啊。
摩羯就是牡羊啊，你就是哎。You are。
牡羊3、4月生的。
哦，不对，摩羯不是。摩羯12月的。1月和12月的，对。
4月的。
So now we can start to actually just push and move.
现在还是开始再扭拧啊，拽出来啊，然后再寻找这个更好合适的这个形状。
So as I said, I'm more interested just in shapes and form and
这里
oddities
边
of
呢，
this
你
direction.
所想要的这种控制啊，它是更控制的是形和这个形状啊，形状和大的轮廓。至于说干净或者不干净，那是次要的。
Now I'm sure you wonder what the heck is he doing?
可是你们肯定会在想，哎，这是做什么呢？这是疯子做疯子头，对。
But it will turn out very interesting while we're actually getting done.
但当一会儿啊，全部做完会很有趣的。
Looking at just these different formations is actually quite fun shape.
好，这个针对这个形状啊，是很好玩的，有没有觉得？
So now, once we're actually starting to get done with all of these little distinctions, now what we're going to do is to unfold all of this stuff.
现在我们把它这个拆开。
Which means I'm going to get all of these textures.
啊，这种纹理。
Which meaning if I start to actually mix them up, tend them out and form them in, now I can actually start to break them up and veil them in.
把它打开，啊，可以制作一些朦胧，但是很酷的朦胧感。
And that's why I wasn't concerned about having it super done, because the whole point is to keep this whole base unclean, undone, so I can actually just drape my little shapings.
这个就是把它拉开，找到这个能填补的地方。
So then letting the texture be part of your building block, so you see then the unclean shaping now leads the direction into this that looks like patchy before, now it's going to sway into each other.
哎，让这些装饰品呢，本来之前的这3个马尾做了6个角，这6个角感觉都是分开的、独立的。现在由于这些之字形的这个纹理呢，要让它们混合在一起，所以它的这个装饰不但是装饰作用，更起到了一个连贯的作用。
These are things that we do a lot for different ideas of photo shoots, for fashion, for a lot
这些呢，
of
做秀啊，还有这个做一些平面拍摄呀，都会用到这种感觉。
As we're going to build in there, we're going to continue building, and then obviously I'm going to add more pieces to actually create just differences between.
我们继续把它建造，然后呢，我们也做了一些法片，可以再继续加上。
You do your foils. And then you just take them piece by piece and you just add them in where you see now there needs to be a little area that's going to be covered into this.
这个区域是空的，然后我们把它接上，几个区域进行连接。
So now it's just a matter of more or less decorating.
现在呢，更多的真的是用这些纹理呢来做装饰，整个发型呢让它来浑然一体。
And as I say, keeping a lot of this fuzz on the outside of it, so you actually get like that dusty kind of cloudy sensation all the way through.
就感觉像雾蒙蒙的，像乌云一般的效果，这种感觉。
Basically just veiling in the shapes.
开始把这个形状呢，用这些纹理呢，逐步的继续建造一下。可以把它打开，让它雾蒙蒙。
And as I said, really keeping severely different aspects of what could be creative and what could, be interesting in sensations of shapes.
就是在建造形状的同时，继续把这些纹理啊，还有整个的感觉做出来。
So as we build it, and as I said, for photo shoots, for fashion, for avant-gardism, these are things that we would see more and more happening with this.
就是比如说拍片呐，作秀啊，这种前卫类型的感觉哈，就有很多现在。有带给大家这种感觉的一款，然后让大家也可以就是思维无限，然后也可以试着去做一下。其实技巧上呢都很简单，都可以做得到，只是考验的可能是就是空间的这个组合能力。
And then basically just draping that underneath for that whole hairline, so you get
整个的一片拉过去。
And as you can see, I have a tendency to make the models look pretty much like myself.
有慢慢的，看你有没有发现，模特越来越像老师自己了。我们都说他是树精来着，大树精。对你也是个小树精。
It's a little bit part of the game, huh?
对。
乔路喜欢有金老师的造型。
也开始在脸线制造一些雾蒙蒙的效果，那种朦胧美。
Like I said, why I keep those open spaces is to keep all of that mama really drizzling down the face.
我们用一些毛啊，在脸上开始这种零零乱乱的效果。从现在看起来，大家有没有感受到？我们两个虽然做的是完全不同风格的，但是有没有异曲同工之处？都是在里边建造一个干净整洁的结构，然后再以这个这些空灵的这些发丝来做装饰，对吧？来营造一种非常就是一种气氛。
And then the best part, having small little pieces that you can just simply add on.
再加一些，对，再加一些。
So you see, the whole coiling part was all about getting different connections and just getting different formations of shape. Now we can
就
just
是里边的角啊，6个角呢，来做到整个发型的轮廓，然后再加上这些纹理呢，来做这个就是这种纹理的感觉，就是还是有实有虚。
really keeping a large portion of all of this really fussed up.
要把它打凌乱。里面又能显示出一些之字形的效果，又能觉得毛毛的，好像不规则。
And just to give you a little bit of all of these different contrasts of different formations, obviously with this kind of stuff versus what Rose did before and what we're going to do for number 2, that is going to be much more of an elegant, streamlined kind of sensation.
我们这2款呢，就是带给大家就是不同风格，但是相同的理念的哈，都是实和虚相间的。那接下来下边还有2款呢，也是完全不同的风格，但是也是有异曲同工之处的感觉的。这个接上来的这个头发呢，带有一点棕色，就是棕和绿之间又进行这个颜色之间的互相和谐，看起来层次也丰富了。
And then really building with that whole sensation of actually veiling, making sure that you get
又是像戴了面纱一样，
the face.
往脸上营造一些气氛出来。
This. So different thinking of avant-gardism.
就是一种前卫式的表达方式。还有一个。
And this is really fun. Now I'm making this ridiculously crazy just because it's fun and creative, but we can also imagine then these pieces, if you rather than doing it differently, you make like what Rose did, a clean structure. You add a little piece of this and you just drape them over. You're going to get this really interesting type of texture falling over something like that as well.
我们是想给大家带来一种就是能打开一些思路的一些做法，所以选的比较极端。就是这种之字形的纹理配合这种卷哈，想象一下，如果你做的这个纹理，如果做成电棒卷的加的卷儿，像我的那种撕法是撕的比较柔美，然后把里边这个角做的非常干净光洁，是不是会有一种另外的感觉出来？对，同样的技巧，你做法不一样，又有不同的感觉出来。
It's like really building up, taking care of the areas that is actually the flat areas, now becomes the actual point of interest in all of the shapings.
之前比较扁的地方啊，现在都铺上一些纹理，然后让它纹理在这个发型当中反而成了比较吸引人视线的地方。
Really fun stuff. And then one
还有一点
is going to go through that back area.
后边加在后边来。
Because one thing I find is important also is like, yes, we look at it and say, oh, it's crazy, it's weird, it's whatever. But the point is, it's finding atmospheres for everything, learning to appreciate all aspects of designing.
你们肯定会说，哇，这么疯狂的发型哈，这么怪异哈，但是说实真的，就是去学会欣赏不同风格之间的美是很有意思的。
So really draping these pieces all
把这些
together.
每一片好好的建造好，好让它从表面上看上去有里边，
Stand up for a second.
请站一下。
Yeah. So I'm going to have you just stand up.
站一下，对，
So once you have stand up, I just want to make sure that I get those information.
看一
Now,
下
as I
这个
said, I
形状。
didn't pin them super secure because, as I said, once I'm actually starting to get done, messy or not, I still will need to have a really interesting shaping that I have a control over the form and direction.
刚才我们说过哈，直到你最后造型之前完成了，你还要最后再固定，来达到你最理想当中的形状和结构。
The shaping still needs to be sculpted in, formed in, flattened out.
对，注意看一下，就是你的结构感、形状，该压扁的地方必须压扁，否则全部都是胀胀的、薄薄的，那可能出来的效果就没有这么灵动。
You'll see a little bit more of this kind of scenario also when we build a different design tomorrow.
明天哈，我们还有3款模特给大家展示，也会就是相当对比性很大的感觉的。
It's obviously very, very, very soft in form.
特别这个形状上边哈，其实看起来很尖锐，然后纹理上面呢也有些柔和。
It's like that overwhelming.
有一些这个尾巴就虚虚的，像烟一般。
Now these kind of scenarios is what you would see for, as I said, avant-garde kind of.
这一类的造型呢，就属于这种比较前卫型的，那个就是拍摄可以用到的，前卫型的拍摄呀，舞台的作秀啊。
So even if, as I said, it has only a lot of fuss, that fuss still needs to have a distinction of shape and form.
我们说过，虽然有很多毛毛，但这些毛毛呢，也必须要有符合整个发型的轮廓。
We do build out a lot of that texture, as I said, around that front area.
整个脸型哈，也要靠这些毛这种柔和来修饰。
Pushing the shapes in a little bit stronger, so you do see that we do have distinct directions and forms within.
这里边很明显的形状感。
Now, can I have? Do we have your model still here? Is she out having dinner?
我们的模特，第一个模特请上来。
好来，会套会。
Oh, okay, good. Okay, good. So really pushing this. Watch your ear. You have to have sound effects when you do stuff.
对，做事的时候一定要配点音响。对，
Otherwise it doesn't work.
要不然做不出来。
就好像那台主机呢，
就用 YouTube
就是上网一下就可以。
All right. Now, can we put you guys next to each other? A little bit of the point is, obviously, if you look at distinction of shape and direction in a clean version as a messy version, the form is almost the same. We go in different formation, height and lows and all this kind of stuff. But
有没有感觉？都是形状都类似，只是说这是一款干净感的，那是一款凌乱感的，是吧？风格完全不一样。
So to keep those really, really fuzzy, messy kind of scenarios, as I said, different kind of competition. If you work for avant-garde, if you work for photo competitions, these are textures you would more.
其实都属于老师的这一款呢，有很多图片比赛呀，是那一类的。现在有很多这个产品公司的图片比赛、创意大赛都是那一类的。对，这种的呢，就是我们比如说技能类比赛的比赛场上是这一类的。
where you actually flatten out, you see that you get those really clean but very fuzzy areas, almost like a little helmety kind of sensation.
这个模特这儿是感觉有点像戴那个假发帽子似的那种感觉哈，然后开始给它建造，有一些扁的地方，然后有一些隆起的地方。
And also where the point is like, yes, you'd be very mean to the model, but you do go back and actually point glue pieces to the skin that is like.
对，有时候真的需要在脸上哈，喷一点点胶去贴下来，
structures in there.
这样的话它结构感就很强了。
Really, really weird and fun. Okay. Huh? See, it's a teamwork. You have to support each other. When something collapses, you spray. Okay? Let me introduce the hairdresser's best friend.
哎呦，我们那个发型师最好的朋友就是发胶嘛，定情水，对吧？
Yes, we get extra for that. I'm just kidding. So I'm going to say thank you to you for a second. Okay, I'm going to have both of you to come back later because we're going to do one more model in the meantime. Okay.
那你们再坚持一下啊，不要动头发，好不好？啊，我们还要再
Thank you very much, my friend.
谢谢，
All
谢谢你们两
right.
位。
So different versions.
老师，你帮我摸头发，我拍个几张。对，请老师动头发动作。是呀。然后尤金老师，脸要转向我。
正面。
对哦，超帅 ，very good。
Oh, sorry, I got into it. I'm just kidding. Fluffy. Very nice, my friend. Okay, love? So we're going to leave you out for just a second, my dear, and then we're going to go back in and we're going to do one more elegant version. And then, first?